Son of a glitch. Donkey Kong Country. It's time to monkey around with a game so classic, I'm surprised this is my first visit to the series. Now, Donkey Kong Country to this day is still a fun game to play casually as well as an impressive speedrun. But of course, we're here to see how broken the game is and what fun we can have with its glitches. So let's kick things off with our first glitch called the Invisible Barrel Glitch. This can be performed with both Donkey or Diddy and involves a steel keg which can be found in many stages of the game. Throwing the steel keg at a wall and then jumping on it makes either Kong ride it through the stage. What we're going to do here in Jungle Hijinks is ride it up until we're about to reach the midway barrel, and whilst holding the Y button, press B to pick up the steel keg. Now simply touch the midway barrel and then suddenly, the steel keg is invisible. Diddy, you had one job. While it looks like Diddy is carrying nothing, what's actually happening is he's now carrying whatever sprite object spawns on screen next. When the barrel disappears, the game doesn't know which sprite value is now being held. The next sprite value that spawns will then become the item being held, and once that despawns, the next sprite will take its place. Sounds complicated, but actually not really. However, this can have some odd occurrences with some enemies, like this Neki who just hides in fear of this invisible barrel. Look at it. Throwing the barrel can also mess with enemies like these critters who fly into you at the speed of light. Yikes. Did I mention Diddy has psychic powers? Yeah, that's a power that he has. But this is just the beginning of the craziness with this glitch. It's possible to get the invisible barrel glitch with normal barrels too, and this means we can mess with the game in more inventive ways. To do this, get a regular barrel and throw it and quickly pick it up after it's been thrown, which is tricky but not impossible. It doesn't just work with touching the continue barrels either, it'll also work with the floating DK barrels. The things you can do with this glitch are pretty interesting, like mess with the cannon barrel so they fly in the air, and then you just keep going all the way to the end of the stage. Keep on rolling, right guys? How about a cannon barrel that follows you through the stage? That's pretty handy to have. But it's also just as broken. Or you can create infinite fireballs that glide across the stage. It's coming right for us. Invisible barrels can be fun. But if you're looking for even more amusing glitches with barrels, then head to Elevator Antics in World 5. From the continue barrel, keep heading right until you reach this steel keg and the zinger by the elevating platforms. Grab the steel keg, jump on the platform, and then throw it at the wall, which results in it turning invisible, and also this. It's like a monkey Thai back massage or something. Or you could have Diddy riding on Donkey's back while he pretends to gallop like a horse. Also, they're invincible now, so that's fun. And you can stop this anytime by jumping from the invisible barrel. While we're in this stage, head right from the continue barrel and grab this steel keg and head back to where the continue barrel was. Stand here on the left of this ledge and throw the barrel, then quickly jump on. It'll roll to the ground below and then you'll be placed inside the wall. It's best to do this with Diddy as he can actually reach a higher ledge and venture backwards into the stage whilst being inside the wall. You're not stuck here, however, as if you head left enough, Diddy will grab a rope suspended from the ceiling and you're back to normal. Moving on now to a visual glitch in Ice Age Alley. In this stage, head for the first bonus barrel a couple of seconds in. Instead of playing the bonus game, however, just grab Espresso and head out to the right. Now you're back in the regular stage, go all the way back to the start, then play through the stage as normal. First thing to note, it now snows heavily at the start for longer, and then as soon as the snow stops, the background begins having some issues. The sprites in the back then become discolored and the snow animation freezes, and then this becomes more apparent when the sky turns bright pink. I wish I knew why this happens, but it's probably the game confusing or adopting the wrong color palettes during the background transition. While messing with this glitch, I found something kinda odd in the bonus stage we left from. But rather than explain it, I'll show you just what happened, cause this game does weird things from time to time. You see what I mean? This game just lost it. Okay, next up, more glitchy shenanigans in Minecart Carnage, and this one is really simple. In this stage, reach the continue barrel and then either die or start select out of the stage if you've already finished it once before. Now go back into the stage and then immediately begin pressing pressing Y and B simultaneously once the Kongs emerge from the continue barrel. You'll now be able to jump whilst already in the air, and not just once, but continuously, meaning you can get through this entire stage this way. The only thing is, once you reach the exit of the stage, you won't be able to leave without being in a minecart. But that's simply fixed by jumping in the final minecart of the stage and riding it out of there. Donkey Kong Country is a notoriously hard game to get through, so wouldn't it be great to use an exploit in the game to earn some more lives? With that in mind, in the stage Millstone Mayhem, right at the beginning with Diddy as the lead Kong, lure this crusher to the left and bounce on the tire to reach this ledge above the start. With the crusher in this position, slide down the slope and then just hold down left on the D-pad and Diddy will repeatedly bounce on the crusher. Because of the game's multiple enemy hits reward system, you'll begin to rack up lives pretty quickly. The lives will cap out at 99 on screen, but will keep going beyond that amount, meaning you could basically rack up as many lives as you want. Well, at least until you get bored of all the bouncing. As soon as you let go of down left, you'll lose a life, but who cares, we've got tons now. Failing that, you could always use the barrel cheat code on the file select by highlighting erase game, pressing B and then pressing B, A, R trigger, A, L trigger, and get 50 big ones from the get-go. In the same stage Millstone Mayhem, here's a silly glitch in the second bonus room. Purposely lose this minigame and then jump on the slope just before the small losing cutscene is triggered. If you do this correctly, Diddy will throw his hat and slide across the ground. It's pretty dumb, but it made me smile. Alright, it's time to get crazy with Donkey Kong Country. We've seen what happens with invisible barrels, so let's try introducing our animal buddies into the mix. First off, let's grab Rambi in Jungle Hijinks and then ride him all the way back to the start of the level. Now uncover the steel keg and throw it at the wall like you did with the invisible barrel glitch, and then jump on and hold the Y button. When you reach Rambi, press B and then let go of the Y button, and now... Look, I know what it looks like, just look away, kids. Even Donkey Kong has his needs, I guess. Donkey Kong, please, you're gonna get us in trouble. Sorry about that, these glitches should come with a warning. You just don't expect it in a game like this. Of course, you can do this with Diddy Kong too, but it just looks like Diddy's riding the saddest old monkey in the world. This glitch will end if you're hit by an enemy or jump, and Rambi returns to normal. That's probably for the best. But we're about to mess with the game even further using a glitch called the Split Up Glitch. This is really easy to activate. Simply go into any stage you've already completed as either Donkey or Diddy and find a DK barrel. Pick it up and throw it, but before it hits the ground, press start and then select to return to the map screen. Now go into any stage that has a pit which kills you. You're actually in a weird state right now where the game thinks there are two Kongs in play, but really there's only one. This means that if you take damage from an enemy, well, you'll freeze in place. I'll just wait here. Help? This is why you need to go into a stage with pits, as if you take damage over a pit, you'll fall in and the game will be able to take you back to the map screen. Now, when we enter a stage and break open a DK barrel, we'll have control of both Kongs at the same time. Another way to trigger the split up glitch is to place Donkey next to a cannon barrel so that Diddy is partially inside it. If you now press A to switch to Diddy and quickly press A again, followed by B, you'll hopefully fire Diddy out of the cannon while Donkey is still inside it. If you shoot Donkey out of the cannon now, you'll see that you're once again controlling both Kongs at the same time, activating the split up glitch. And this is where the fun can happen. First of all, let's grab our animal buddy Rambi and then line up all three characters on top of each other. If both Donkey and Diddy try to get on Rambi at the same time, uh-oh, something's not right here. Maybe if we keep heading right, we'll fix things. Okay, Donkey's doing that, and now Diddy is... Yeah, I don't think that's normal. On guard? What? Why are you here? Yeah, so every time I press Y now, On Guard appears for a few frames and Neki is throwing Diddies. You couldn't make this up. Does this get any stranger? I mean, are you kidding? Of course it does. How about some golden monkeys? You like those? Good, me too. With Split Up Glitch active, head into a water stage and open up a DK barrel. You'll immediately see something isn't quite right. The other Kong won't swim around as normal, instead opting for a more on-foot approach. Ah, well, whatever doesn't float your Kong, I guess. This can also lead to the collision of the stage being breached and you're able to just leave through the walls, but now you'll end up stuck at the bottom of the stage, so yeah, maybe don't do that. Another thing you can do with the Split Up Glitch is take animal buddies into other stages they wouldn't normally be in. To do this, you have to jump on Rambi and then have the other Kong fall into a pit to die. Now back on the map screen, let's head to a water stage. You know, for fun. And now we have Rambi underwater. As strange as that seems. This will only work in stages that have animal buddies in, except for some reason, Reptile Rumble allows you to have an animal buddy in too. Rambi in a water stage is weird, but for some reason, Rambi is the only character that'll appear in these stages besides Unguarde. If you try to get Winky or Espresso in these stages, they change into Rambi. And I tried my hardest to get Unguarde into a stage without water, but you need a pit that you can die in to be able to pull this off, and none of the water stages have such a thing, so no can do. Split Up Glitch can also lead to more anomalies in the game, like here in Oil Drum Alley, luring a barrel into a pit to take damage while the glitch is in effect can lead to some stuff like this. Oh no, it's happening again. Oh no. And eventually this. Oh hey Diddy, you look different. Did you do something with your face? Oh, and now you're a barrel. Of course, I mean, why not? I don't see anything strange here, do you? Nope. Not me. What? Unguarde again? Get out of here. Speaking of Unguarde, let's head to the stage Croctopus Chase, where you'll come across Unguarde in a secret area just off to the left of the beaten path. Take Unguarde all the way back through the stage, where you'll no doubt get hit a few times by these guys, but just jump back on Unguarde and carry on. We're trying to reach these cannon barrels that when you enter with Unguarde, well, the glitchy effect should be immediately obvious. We have Diddy walking instead of swimming, like in the Split Up Glitch. I just love how casual he is. And now if we jump off Unguarde and then get back on, we now control both Kongs at the same time, again. Pressing Y will now lock the screen in place, and jumping on Unguarde after this will give us a blue Diddy Kong, or maybe two if you're into that kind of thing. Or maybe this kind of thing. This game is weird. Let's move on to something pretty useful glitch-wise called the Jumproll. This frame-perfect glitch is pulled off by landing on an enemy the same frame you start a new roll, causing Diddy or Donkey to roll in midair without falling. There are setups for this glitch naturally, but it's still very difficult to trigger. You have exactly one frame to press Y as you fall onto an enemy, and this will cause you to roll continuously through the air. This can have its advantages in a speedrun, skipping tricky platforming sections with ease. You're also invulnerable to damage from every enemy except for zingers, but luckily you're able to change direction during the jump roll to avoid taking damage. There are also two speeds of a jump roll based on whether you're walking or running before it's triggered. And to stop the jump roll, you simply just jump out of it when you want to continue normally. Okay, so you want to beat Donkey Kong Country really quickly, and it just so happens a few other glitches, along with some we've already seen, can help you achieve this. First of all, we'll take a look at a glitch on the map screen. At each intersection on the map is a point where either Kong will stop for exactly one frame, and they'll only do this if it's just Donkey or Diddy by themselves. It's here that pressing A, B, Y, or X on that one frame will warp you to somewhere unexpected. For example, at this point here, pressing any one of those buttons on that frame will take you to the World 3 stage Orangutan Gang, nearly halfway through the game. But we can do better than that. Firstly, perform the split up glitch as seen earlier by throwing a DK barrel, pressing start, and then select to reach the world map. Obviously, this would mean finishing Jungle Hijinks at least once for the desired effect. Now you're on the map, we'll use the warp to reach Orangutan Gang, which will drop us here. Next, we're going to die so we can reach the start of the level. Only problem is, just getting hit by an enemy results in this situation again because of the split up glitch. But luckily, you can get hit by this Manky Kong and drop into a pit to the left of where you arrived. Now when you enter the stage again, you'll be at the beginning where conveniently there's a steel keg. If you've been paying attention, you'll already know what's coming, so copy exactly what you see on screen. We're gonna ride this steel keg as far as we can take it before we have to pick it up by holding the Y button and pressing B where this zinger is. From here, we'll need to carry the steel keg, being very careful not to take out any enemies with it or accidentally throw it, so take your time. We're making our way to a crate with espresso inside, but first we'll place the steel keg here by holding down, letting go of Y, and immediately pressing B to drop it. Now we'll need to get espresso and then leave him here, as we next need to pick up the steel keg once again and take it up to these palm tree tops. Here we need to throw the steel keg and jump on it when it comes towards us, and then begin holding Y. When we're next to espresso, still holding Y, press B and you should end up riding espresso while still holding the steel keg. From this point onwards, do not let go of the Y button and simply go to the continue barrel and touch it, triggering the invisible barrel glitch. Now head right, but whatever you do, don't touch the DK barrel. Instead, fly under it and then do exactly as you see on screen, being very careful not to get hit. Jumping over Monkey Kong, take this path, staying as close to the bottom part of the stage as you can. This is very important, as doing this incorrectly could change the sprite that we're carrying. Now we're approaching a hidden bonus stage, so we'll need the correct sprite to be loaded in the invisible barrel, and when we get here, release the Y button and keep holding right. Timing this poorly will not have the desired result, as the distance we open the bonus changes a value to where we're warped. Too far away and we'll be warped to World 4, too close and we'll be warped to World 1, so this is a really important step to getting this next warp correctly. If you succeed, you'll be sent to this bonus room, and here we can perform the final step. We need to uncover a DK barrel underground by bouncing on the tire, and then we need to grab it and stand exactly here. Now throw the barrel to the left, releasing the Y button, and then immediately repress Y and hold right. The idea here is that Donkey and Diddy exit the bonus at the same time, but this step can go wrong in two ways. If you're standing in the wrong spot and leave too early, Diddy won't be able to exit the bonus, and too late, Donkey won't be able to leave and the game will softlock. But if you stand exactly in this spot and time everything correctly, then we should warp to the stage Manic Minces in World 6. Now this is a very basic overview of the warps to get here, but you can check out Reflected's Any% Noob tutorial, which goes into a lot more detail. This whole thing should get you to Manic Minces, and upon finishing that stage, you can simply carry on through the rest of the game, so it's a really cool set of warps to finish the game quick. And finally, we check out a random set of glitches that mess with boss fights, particularly Dum Drum. Select this boss fight with just Donkey, and as you enter, hold down and left on the D-pad, and as soon as the music begins, mash the Y button. If you do this correctly, you won't touch the DK barrel, which would bring out Diddy. Now jump over the DK barrel, avoiding it completely, and then Dum Drum will glitch out and freeze. If you then touch the DK barrel, Dum Drum will be gone, and now you'll be stuck in this boss fight, without a boss to fight. The only way out now is to reset the console, so it goes without saying, save before trying this. You can do a similar thing at the start of the final boss with King K. Rool in the European version of the game. As the screen fades from black, simply hold left and Y together and Donkey will run in the corner of the screen and not touch the DK barrel. The fight will still carry on, so expect to see K. Rool's crown fly towards you, but just barely miss Donkey's head. Ah, so close. And that about wraps up our glitch adventures with Donkey Kong Country and some useful and funny glitches you can try out. A huge thanks to the amazing Tompa, who really helped me understand a few tricky glitches and even helped get some clips of them, so thanks Tompa. Check out his channel for more crazy Kong glitches, and also check out Reflected's tutorial and Arnie the Great, who is another major glitch finder in Donkey Kong Country. And as always, much thanks to Patreon supporters who really help the show. If you feel like helping too, remember even $1 is an amazing contribution, so thanks guys. And if you like this episode, hit that like button, share it with everyone you know and love, but most importantly, please subscribe if you want to see more from the series. Head over to the Facebook page for the show. I post updates and sneak peeks to upcoming episodes and keep you guys in the know about all things Son of a Glitch. Or you can follow me on Twitter and keep updated that way, you know, if you want to.